First of all, I want to thank Ms. Anderson for giving me this opportunity. And Ms. Anderson said something that made a lot of sense. She said, this information today, with this information, your child will win in the end. I like that, I like that. But the deal is, information is very vital. And there was something else that was said, not today, but a long time ago when I was in college. I was working in an emergency room, and a young man came into the emergency room with a broken leg. Well, they looked at the x-ray, and the doctor decided that the child needed a cast. They were getting ready to do the cast, but it was discovered that the child did not have health insurance. So automatically, the nurse, she said something that really stuck with me. She said, I'm tired of these people coming in with no health insurance, which was really terrible. And basically the doctor decided not to put the cast on the child's leg. So the deal is, we have a child somewhere in Mississippi, now a man, probably walking with a limp. We don't want that to be our children. We don't want our children's health care decisions to be impacted based on if they have health insurance or not, because all children deserve health insurance. The good news to this is, in my research, 95% of children that don't have health insurance qualify, but we parents, we have to fill out the paperwork so that our children will be insured. Another case, a child came to my clinic very recently. Now this particular child did not have health insurance, but Dr. Quinn, of course, was not going to turn that child away. We treated the child for his cold, his upper respiratory tract infection. We treated the child, but when she got to the pharmacy, because she didn't have health insurance, she didn't get the antibiotics that were prescribed. The child developed pneumonia and ended up getting admitted to the hospital. Once again, though, the good news about the story is, while in the hospital, the social workers got the mom to go ahead and do the paperwork, and the child was put on health insurance because the child qualified the whole while. So the take-home message, and like Ms. Anderson said, with this information, your child will win in the end. That sounds like a little rap, doesn't it? Okay, so the bottom line is, it's so important that we get our children signed up for health insurance. It's also very important that our children get a physical exam every year. Now, I'm working with the Mississippi State Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the American Academy of Family Medicine, and we have an initiative to get children informed and parents informed so children can get a physical every year. Now, there was one child that came to my clinic when I was in residency. And this particular child, the mom was trying to get the child a physical to participate in football. But she was in such a hurry. She was like, just sign the form. And we explained, you got to wait a little while because there are some other people ahead of you. Well, this particular lady, she stormed out the clinic and went to another clinic, and we never saw her again. But maybe about 3 or 4 weeks later, there was a news story about the same young man. Allegedly, what happened was, this mother went to another clinic, and I guess she went in there bullying everybody around again, and they went ahead and did the paperwork, but apparently they didn't do a good physical on that child. He had a heart condition that was undiagnosed that could have fairly easily been diagnosed had he have gotten a thorough physical. He had what's called a heart murmur because he had a condition called cardiomyopathy, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is thickening of the heart. And if that person is put in extreme exertion, there's a good chance that he can have a heart attack. So I tell this story because, a lot of parents, they think, getting a physical for my child for football is an inconvenience. I don't have time. But you want your baby checked out because if they have an underlying medical condition, if it's diagnosed, it could be the difference between life and death for that child. Point case. About 2 years ago, a child came to my clinic and had a rash on the neck. Came with the dad, and I love seeing my dads bring their children. But the problem was the child had a $1,000 deductible on their insurance. So we told the dad, we said, look, if we just do your physical exam, there's no out-of-pocket expense. And the insurance companies, they want all children to get a physical. So the dad was like, hey, I'll keep my $1,000, I'll get the physical. So he got the physical. The deal is, we treated the rash, we did the physical, everything was perfect on this child, but he failed the vision test. So we referred the child to an optometrist. The child was prescribed some eyeglasses, and I didn't see the child anymore. A year later, the mom brought the child in, and she just wanted to give me a hug. I said, wait a minute now, I saw your husband, he's a big guy. But I gave her a hug, you know, the none of the body hug. She told me that basically when the child came with the rash a year prior, the child was having a lot of problems in school and was actually being considered for special education. Every time the child was called on, he'd go to the board, he'd stand up, but the deal is he couldn't see the board, so he would say something ridiculous and get sent to the principal's office to see, well, it wasn't Miss Anderson, but it was a principal who, you know, basically the child had behavior problems. But after the child got eyeglasses, his confidence went up, he started doing well in school, he no longer acted out, and his grades were good, he was matriculating to the next year, and the child told me that he was going to be a doctor one day. So that's a case point that if you get your children's physicals every year, make sure they have health insurance, it can drastically impact their lives for the better. And in the end, as Miss Anderson said, they can win. All right, so listen, I want to thank everybody, and I want to announce this contest that's coming up. Did everybody get one of our papers? Okay, make sure you get one on the way out. But like I said, I'm working with these organizations, and we're having an essay contest, and the winner gets $300. Basically, your child is going to be asked to write an essay of 300 words or less why physical exams are important. And the reason we're doing that is we're trying to get young people to think about getting physicals and being healthy. And we hope that they'll continue that into their adult lives. So everybody make sure you get one. First place is $300, second place is $200, and third place is $100. So that they can buy a lot of books and pencils, or maybe some nice new Air Jordans. So thank you all very much for allowing me to talk to you today, and we look forward to working with your children with the essay contest, and we're going to have some other activities throughout the year. Thank you very much.